Alrighty guys, we're back for Mono White Enchantments, and this is a Duskmourn standard brew, and I'm Red Cat. Let's briefly go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, this was a patron suggestion, so thank you so much for the suggestion. It's gonna be a fun one. Got a lot of powerful creatures packed in, like all 4 Optimistic Scavengers. 1 mana 1/1 with Eerie. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, and whenever you fully unlock a room, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Beautiful stuff. More powerful creatures, we got all 4 Gingerbrutes. 1 mana 1/1 with haste for just 1 mana. Gingerbrute can't be blocked this turn, except by creatures with haste. That's going to be a perfect place to put those extra +1/+1 counters from the Scavenger, but also Gingerbrute's going to be perfect to pack an Ethereal Armor or 2 on top of the 1 mana aura. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each enchantment you control and has first strike as well. Beautiful stuff, man. Of course, we have to have some protection if we're putting all our eggs onto one Gingerbrute basket. Shardmage's Rescue made the cut as our protection of choice. It's a 1 white mana aura with flash. And if it entered this turn, enchanted creature has hexproof. Cool. Then enchanted creature also gets +1/+1. Beautiful stuff. I really like this lineup of 1-drops. So we got some removal packed in. Of course, we got 4 Sheltered by Ghosts. It's a 2 mana aura. When it enters, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls until Sheltered by Ghosts leaves the battlefield. Enchanted creature gets +1/+0 and has lifelink, and more importantly, has ward 2 as well. Beautiful stuff. We got a couple Ossification for more removal. Very powerful piece of removal at that. We got all 4 Enduring Innocence for some card draw, but also it's an enchantment creature, so it fits the theme quite nicely. We have an Invasion of Theros to be able to grab an aura from the build that we need at that particular time. And on the top end of the build, we have a couple Ghostly Dancers too. Even though the deck list is very much trying to do an aggressive thing, it's not terrible to have some emergency backup on the top end for the late game. So Ghostly Dancers make the cut as a 2-of. It's a 5 mana 2/5 with flying. When it enters, return an enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand, or unlock a locked door of a room you control. Okay, that's interesting. And then it also has Eerie, so whenever an enchantment you control enters and whenever you fully unlock a room, create a 3/1 white spirit creature token with flying. Pretty cool card. And we do have some rooms packed in. Got to do some rearranging because more often than not, we're going to be activating the grand entryway side of this room first, and then also Dollmaker's shop we're going to be activating on this room first. So Dollmaker's shop here is a 1 and a white enchantment room. Whenever 1 or more non-toy creatures you control attack a player, create a 1/1 white toy artifact creature token. Okay, and then the Porcelain gallery side is 4 and double white. Creatures you control have base power and toughness, each equal to the number of creatures you control. Nice, that is a pretty powerful ability. Then the grand entryway here for just 1 and a white enchantment room. When you unlock this door, create a 1/1 white glimmer enchantment creature token. Cool stuff. So for the price of 1 enchantment, we get 2 enchantments on the board. Seems pretty good. And then the other side of this room is 2 and a white. When you unlock this door, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. That's okay. Honestly, we'll probably activate it every now and then. Anything else to go over here, guys? No, that's everything already. Nice. We do have 23 total mana, 20 planes, and we do have 3 Valgavoth's Lair. It's an enchantment land. It has hexproof. It does enter tapped, unfortunately, but as it enters, you choose a color. You'll choose white in this one since it's mono white. Then you can tap it to add 1 mana of the chosen color. So it's literally just in here for enchantment land to get some extra counters on the Scavenger. We'll see if that's actually worth it. So far, it has been worth it. So we'll see. We'll see. Got some honorable mentions, guys. So Case of the Uneaten Feast almost made the cut. This could be very interesting in here. Market Gnome was in the original suggested deck list, as well as Ruin Lurker Bat too, I believe. Skrelv was a card I thought about. I don't think this was in the original suggested deck list, but it was a card I thought about for in here. Slumbering Keepguard, as well as Hopeful Vigil could have been neat. I believe Hopeful Vigil was in the original deck list. I'm struggling to remember right now. I apologize, but either way, I do my idea is to save the more in-depth discussion for the end of the video, so look forward to that. In the meantime, let's go ahead, take this into some ranked, and see how we do. right into that first game, guys. What am I expecting from the build? I think it's going to be pretty darn good. I think it's going to be decent, man. We'll see, we'll see. Oh, I like this hand. Yeah, we go first, too. We keep. I think our turn 2's looking like... Oh, crap, guys. They just dropped the ley line. Well, we could be in trouble. We'll see what we can pull off here. Okay, Mountain Heartfire Hero. What do you guys think? They win next turn? It's possible, dude. It's possible. Let's... Oh, Ethereal Armor's decent. I was going to say we could keep Rescue open, but now... The first strike is probably good on the Ethereal Armor. I'm going to set up the Lair. We'll get the extra counter. We get Ethereal Armor. The Enchantment Lair counts for the Ethereal Armor too. So it's a 5/5 first strike, guys. So if the first strike might be able to protect us. So no attacks. We're going to try to stop this turn 2 victory. And I'm honestly not sure if the 5/5 Scavenger is enough here. They go Manifold Mouse. Okay. So double strike. But we still have our 5/5. Now all we need is some lifelink on this board, huh? Man, I'm so tempted by the swings, but we're gonna have to keep Scavenger back for the exact same reason as I kept it back last time. But the double strike from the mouse is just terrible business. Maybe we could keep a chump blocker. That's really hard to do. Keeping a chump blocker back. Well, Grand Entryway gives us a well, let's think about it. Let's see here. We get the 1/1. We could put some counters onto this as well. We'll still have the Shardmage's Rescue too. I don't know. Maybe it's not chump blockers. I'm probably overthinking this, and we probably should have been swinging with Scavenger as of last turn too. But at the same time, I do think maybe our 5/5 first strike did squander their plans a little bit, right? Manifold Mouse, double strike to Heartfire Hero, extra counter on the hero. We definitely need to see some of our exile removal. We only have, what, 6 pieces of removal packed in, plus the invasion to help us grab it too. Yep, double strike goes back onto it. Yeah, our first strike from the armor is freaking sweet. It kind of feels like we got him stuck between a rock and a hard place, right? But all right, we're going to go for maximum blocks and see what we can pull off here. If we don't go for maximum blocks, I think we could easily die this turn. They copy Monstrous Rage onto the Manifold Mouse, yep. And then the Heartfire Hero is a 6/4 double strike. Turn inside out. It's a 9. I wonder if they put that onto the hero as well. Probably the hero. They don't want to spread this wide. So 2 turn inside outs. So 12. Unfortunately, if it didn't have double strike, man, we'd be pretty good right about now. So I was thinking about the Shardmage's Rescue, but the Heartfire Hero is at 12. So yeah, Manifold Mouse really coming in handy for the opponent. Without that, I think the Scavenger would... Oh my goodness, it's another Monstrous Rage. Holy cow, guys. Holy cow. So double strike, 16/4. Is there literally anything we can do here? We have to stop the Manifold Mouse's damage from going through. Is there anything? We go like Shardmage's Rescue onto the Glimmer. We can stop like some of the trample over here. It's a similar concept if we stop some of the trample here though too, right? So we'll do this. And then we'll make it a 4/4, I guess. That stops the trample over there. Either way, the Heartfire hero dies and does an extra 16. So I don't think there was a way around that, right? Without our Ethereal Armor giving lifelink, I think Ethereal Armor could have completely turned that around. I really do believe that. Showcasing the power. Not Ethereal Armor. I apologize, guys. The armor that gives lifelink. I don't remember the name. We just went over the deck list, but I have no clue what it's called right now. Oh, Sheltered by Ghosts. That's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah, Sheltered by Ghosts. I think that could have completely turned around that game. Because we would have exiled the Heartfire hero too, and then we would have started swinging with First Strike lifelink. That would have been crazy, dude. Outside of that, let me know in the comments, was there like anything else we could have potentially done? I think Manifold Mouse was just a huge MVP for the opponent. Giving that double strike. And we had a really good hand too, didn't we? See, Ossification's good to see. Opponent goes first, but without more mana. A 23 total mana in the build. We should mulligan. I'm expecting a lot from this build, guys. I really am. So I'm gonna be a little bit picky. All right, what do we send here? Grand Entryway. I want to see Dollmaker's shop do a thing today. Let's send one of the mana as well. Probably the Lair then. It is nice having the extra enchantment on the board, but coming out tapped when the opponent's going first is a little bit sketchy. Okay, hey, Optimistic Scavenger. Cool. Let's just go with the Scavenger. Yep, since our turn 2 is an enchantment, that's much, much better to do. We'll go for the Dollmaker shop, and maybe we can get the ball rolling with some... Oh, Caustic Bronco. That kind of stops our swing with the Dollmaker shop, at least. So we could go... Grand Entryway. We also have an option with the Shardmage's Rescue, but I think this is also fine. I'm going to get the Scavenger to a swing for the turn, and a swing for next turn too, so we'll see if the Scavenger sticks around. We got that swing on the Bronco. They hit a land. Nice. We let the 2 go through. They play that land. They have 2 open. Scavenger's out of the equation, unfortunately. Oh, Valgavoth's Lair. Maybe we get the Dollmaker shop down. Yeah, we had some options in that last turn. We could have played Gingerbrute, kept the rescue open, just anticipating Orzhov having removal. And that could have been pretty darn good, honestly. Let's get the Lair down. Also, if they didn't have removal, this turn would have been gross. Get the Dollmaker shop down and get that swing. Start getting some extra creatures on the board too. With the Caustic Bronco, the saddle's 3. They lose life equal to the card's mana value if it's not saddled. And we lose it if it is saddled. They find more mana, actually. That's not terrible. Hitting mana off the Bronco 2 turns in a row. That's pretty good, actually. Creature of the Schism with 1 mana open. More planes. I don't mind seeing it. The Preacher of the Schism is a small problem, but nothing we can't handle. I'm thinking about that Invasion of Theros for the turn. Maybe we grab that Sheltered by Ghosts. Can't tell if this is like a Sunfall style build, or... We also have an option with the elegant side of this room. Let's go Invasion of Theros. Let's go with the... Oh, Ethereal Armor actually could be pretty good too. I think I just talked myself into that. The First Strike's really good against the Death Touch is the thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll put the Ethereal Armor on the Artifact. is probably fine. And we swing here. They either let us flip the invasion, and we'll swing at phase 2 because we're about to replace the enchantment as well. So they could chump to make it so that way we're not hitting... Oh, no, they just blocked the 1/1. Okay. Well, at least it replaced itself. We gave them some options, right? All right. The Ever Sheltering has been flipped, and as long as you control at least 3 other enchantments, and whenever another enchantment you control enters, you draw a card. But as long as you control those 3 other enchantments, then... Did they just have us sacrifice? What did they have us sacrifice? No! My Invasion of Theros! I wasn't even done reading the card opponent. Anyways, it has a lifelink and Indestructible. Sheoldred's Edict immediately getting around the Indestructible, unfortunately. I'm going to keep my 1/1 around, because you never know if we find more stuff to stack on top of it. Alright, alright. So... 5th mana, I mean, honestly, isn't terrible, because if we see even more mana off the top, we'll be able to flip the Porcelain Gallery side, which just seems really good, doesn't it? Alright, Shardmage's Rescue. We'll probably do the thing when it comes time. Can keep this 1/1 back as a... Wait a minute. If I swing here... Maybe I just, like, take the turn, keep the Rescue open... I'll do this now and see if they just take 6 to their face. Like, we could swing with Gingerbrute, but I kind of want to keep the Rescue open because I think that they could easily find removal. So the artifact creatures happen to be pretty good for these builds because Go for the Throat is still, like, everywhere. So they take the 6 down to 9, not scared about it at all. Aclozotes could also be in these style of deck lists, right? So just, like, Orzhov value at that point. They go Legion to Ashes. Oh. All tokens that player controls with the same name. Holy cow, that is literally perfect for this deck list. Well, let's see if they double down on something. Luckily, Legions to Ashes is sorcery speed, so they can't double down on that. Nice, it fizzled out. Let's see if they have a second one. Because they could use the other Legion to Ashes on the 7/7. Liliana... I want to keep Gingerbrute around, right? So we should sacrifice the one that we just put the Shardmage's Rescue on, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure we need to keep Gingerbrute around. Beautiful full swing from the opponent, putting us on a clock. They generate a couple 1/1 chump blockers. They finally take some damage from the Caustic Bronco. Yeah, no blocks. We're definitely in trouble, guys. It is going to be mana. So we can't unlock the Porcelain Gallery. However, it does boost our creatures just a little bit. We just don't have that many. We don't have that much going on. We're going to have an issue with the Liliana in 2 turns, not next turn, since our hand is empty. I think one of the biggest things we have to worry about is just dying next turn to an opponent's full swing. And they have Restless Fortress too. So they have successful chump blocks as well. I think we unlock the room and then awkwardly keep blockers back. Man, that breaks my heart. But I think that's what we got to do, right? It's too bad the Ethereal Armor wasn't on the Gingerbrute, but I think we drew the Gingerbrute after the fact, right? Let's not forget, if we are swinging at the opponent's face with first strike, the lifelink won't go through, and we do get another 1/1. But they're going to get 2 more 1/1 vampires next turn. If they find spot removal, it's super awkward. We'll swing. Since we get an extra, since our 7/7 isn't dying. Oh, it's the toy. I swung with the toy, guys. We wanted to swing with the Gingerbrute if we wanted an extra 1/1. Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna die then. Oops. However, that being said, we were probably gonna die anyway. Wait a minute. Oh, they missed lethal by not powering up the Restless Fortress. Okay, good, 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 good. Good, excellent. Okay, we'll take the 4. They do get to untap the Preachers. All we need is a buff for the Gingerbrute. That's not a buff. No. Kind of flooded this game, right? For 23 mana, seeing 7. If I would have swung with Gingerbrute last turn... Well, either way, since we're dead next turn, we full swing at the opponent's face. We do get the extra toy, bringing the Gingerbrute to 7. Oh, I could have played this out better, right? For sure. I probably missed that damage somewhere. But we also got an extra turn here as well, since I believe the opponent had lethal last turn with the Restless Fortress swing. So technically... Yeah, I mean, this is totally fine. Good game, opponent. I think I could have played this one much better, guys. But I also kind of feel like there was a bit of a flood, too. Let's go ahead and sacrifice the... Yeah, we'll just let them get the full swing without any blocks. That's fine. There's also an option here, too, where we could have... saved the Gingerbrute as a blocker and gained like 3 life. They're at 1. They gotta be careful. Sacrifice a creature. They go for a token. Creature token. They do go for the saddle on the Bronco. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, you need to tap down the Gingerbrute if you wanted to gain life anyways. Letting them play it completely out here. They find a go for the throw off the top. That's one of the things why our artifact creatures are so valuable, because go for the throw has been everywhere, man. So a couple huge mistakes that I feel like I made in that game. Number 1, when they had a couple chump blockers with vampires, I should have swung with the Gingerbrute anyways. They would have gained 1 life or 2 if they double blocked, right? Off of the vampire's lifelink. But that's fine, because we would have actually been able to get an extra 1/1 on the board, and since we had the Porcelain Gallery side of things, that would have boosted our Gingerbrute by the 1. Like I said, though, they had the lifelink vampires. I kind of feel like we got unlucky, guys. Even though I could have played that one out better as well. I don't know. And that was a lot of land, too, so... A little bit of patience with my Ethereal Armor or my Invasion of Theros play could have gone a long way too, right? Like if I did a couple more turns of setup to kind of like wait and see how things went before grabbing something with the Invasion. Also, Sheoldred's Edict really came in handy to sacrifice our indestructible creature. That kind of like really worked out for the opponent there. But all the more reason to play Sheoldred's Edict, right? I'm going to give this a shot. Couple pieces of protection for our Gingerbrute. Oh, should I just go turn 2 Gingerbrute? Nah. Let's risk it, bro. Let's get that swing. So like early on, Gingerbrute doesn't have a huge target on its back. All right, it's a tapped land. We didn't get punished. Yep, right into the Ethereal Armor and keeping the rescue open. Let's not see more mana off the top, and if we do end up flooding this game, then in the final thoughts we have to consider dropping some mana, right? What the heck do you do? Oh, this is the one that... Okay. Look at the top 4 cards. Reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among it. What they grab here? Elspeth Smite. Yeah. Well, at least our rescue will come in handy. Okay, Grand Entryway. Okay. Yeah, Grand Entryway isn't terrible. Let's see if they go for the block here. Wait a minute. If they don't go for the block, we want to push as much damage through as possible, first of all. Yep. There's no way I'm going to use the Gingerbrute's ability. If they want to chump, they can chump. Yeah, we got to keep that rescue. We also have to somehow go faster than their board wipes, which might not be possible because Temporary Lockdown could be next. Like, easily. That's a tap land. That's good news, at least. Passing it on back. More mana is not great. However, what that does let us do... So their Elspeth Smite's going to hit our 1/1, but... Alright, let's unlock this. We get to keep our rescue open. We push a couple extra through. I'm tempted to think about the rescue for the Glimmer because I'm pretty sure we're going to lose everything next turn anyways. That's risky though. I'll keep the Glimmer back and just swing with Gingerbrute. Because if we play it as though Elspeth Smite on the Gingerbrute, a second Elspeth Smite. Oh, nice. Nice. We got 7 through, but now do we get to keep our board state around is the question. If we do, we might just win next turn. If they wipe the board, we're in trouble, bro. Oh, Overlord. Okay. Okay. This is good news for us. We got one open. Wow. Enduring Innocence is really good. Either way, we have 10 on the board. We're going to go for the swing. See if they have... oh, I almost clicked through that. And nothing was sticking, so... There we go. Lethal damage. Oh. GG opponent. Missed the early board wipe, which would have been essential for their survival, right? Temporary lockdown or a 4-mana board wipe as well. All right, let's keep the ball rolling. That's what the deck list is trying to do. I started to get a little concerned with all the mana. Enduring Innocence was a good draw, but it didn't end up mattering. What if it would have mattered? We probably would have kept it in hand. Like if we had to pass it back, for example, we would have tried our dandiest to still play around board wipe, especially since the opponent was 1 away from 5, and Sunfall, of course, makes the cut in control deck lists. So... yeah, but since it didn't matter, play the Enduring Innocence, boost that Gingerbrute, and push through for lethal. Which actually, we could have just pushed through for lethal with just our other enchantment, right? I think we still would have had 11. We didn't need the Innocence on the board. I don't know what the opponent ended up being at, but... opponent goes first. I'm going to keep this, because I like the look of our turn 2. Cacophony Scamp. All right. Kind of wish we went first here, but we'll see what happens. Wow, triple scamps, bro. They don't even accept that trade. They're just going for the setup. Well, we'll just go for the setup too. Check out our Scavenger. Check out our Valgavoth's Lair. Boost, boost. Now, do we spread it wide or... spread it wide, probably. Could probably swing. No. Scamp, yeah. Don't get confused with Heartfire Hero and Scamp. Heartfire Hero has to hit face. Scamp can easily trade into Scavenger, and they would love to do that. With triple Scamp on the board, they'd love to pop one of these Scavengers. Guys, we're gonna die from triple Scamp, and I'm scared about it. Okay, well, first of all, them missing mana... well, I guess it doesn't matter because they only have 3 cards in hand. All right, no blocks. Let's see what happens. If we block, we lose Scavengers. If we don't block, we could still lose Scavengers. So it's gonna be Monstrous Rage. And... are they gonna pop the 4/2 to go to face, or are they gonna try to take out one of these Scavengers? They don't pop any of them, and they keep them out and open, most likely for some like a shock, right? And then when we play an enchantment, they try to shock a Scavenger on the stack. Shardmage's Rescue is a huge draw for us. I'd love to get an Enduring Innocence down, but we just don't have time for the setup, guys. We got to try Grand Entryway first and then Rescue off of their shock. Invasion of Theros could grab us the Sheltered by Ghosts. That would just be so dang good on this board state. But again, we just don't have time for setup. We take the turn to do this. I think we could die next turn. I do. I think the opponent would need one heck of a lineup, but I don't think it'll be unheard of at all. So we go like Grand Entryway. All right, this is some good boosts. Now do we put all our eggs in one basket? No, probably not yet. Okay, they might just go... Crap. I'm having a bit of a analysis paralysis here. I really want to survive against triple scamp, but I don't really know where to go right now. Like, we could push through just incredible excess damage if we just plugged it all into Scavenger and had Rescue swing too, but Rescue needs to be a Rescue. And maybe we'll be able to boost a Glimmer high enough to protect it. And we're going to go for the swing, because I think we're in danger even if we don't swing. Even if we had the extra chunky big blockers, Scamp just trades into all of them, and if we lose everything, then it's probably going to heavily lean towards mono red. A little bit of setup. This is a game where we're really showcasing why we have 23 mana in here instead of something like 21 mana. All right. This one has trample anyways. There's a chance that they don't give trample to one of the 1/1 scamps. Yep, I think we could easily die right here, right now. But again, they only have 2 mountains, so maybe not. Turn inside out? Okay. It's not going to have trample, at least, but it still has the scamp's ability. And see, we're still holding rescue because they could easily... Okay, and they give trampled to that one. Instead of going face... These are some tough decisions, man. If we go rescue onto the rabbit, we do get a chance to boost it above and then boost one of the scavengers to a 4. It's good survival, isn't it? It's good because the creatures might take pressure off of our face. 5, one of the scavengers to 4, and we'll see what they end up doing here. Because this 4 damage, instead of going face, they could easily just go... Wait, guys. I think they just missed lethal damage because we're at 9. so the 4 to our face brings us down to 5, and then they pop their other 2 scamps that got through. That would have been 9. Okay, good news, guys. We get a free extra turn. Dude, really tough uphill battles right now, huh? It's kind of unbelievable. Sheltered by Ghosts once again. Apparently we need 8 of them in the build. The great news here, of course, is our creatures are taking immense pressure off of our face. We actually have a chance to see a Sheltered by Ghosts. Oh, did they just proliferate onto our Scavenger? Uh-oh. I think they just dropped a proliferate onto our Scavenger, guys. I wasn't paying too much attention there, but I think that's what happened. Okay, so we should go Invasion of Theros and grab something. I don't know. We're at 6, so we could still die next turn, even though we should have died last turn, right? Sheltered by Ghost would be sweet. If we can survive the turn, then this would be the grab. But also just like Ethereal Armor would be pretty darn good too. I'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll survive the turn. We'll keep both back as blockers and just wait. There's a small chance. There's a sliver of hope. Yeah, we could have also just went for a big swing with like an Ethereal Armor. Holy cow, it was a slick shot show off. They just swing in the air. This is great news, man. Holy cow. Right. All right. Well, we want to exile the Scamp, but now show off is a big problem too. Sheltered by Ghosts. We'll go on to the Scavenger for the ward. Yeah, Show Off would be a great grab. GG opponent. GG. I mean, you saved me from making some tough decisions there. Let me tell you what. I'm pretty sure they missed lethal off the Scamps on that one turn and then accidentally dropped the Proliferate as well onto one of our Scavengers. So we just got so lucky, guys. Holy cow. Or, you know, maybe we didn't get incredibly lucky because this Sheltered by Ghosts is definitely hiding in the build. We had to seek it out with our one of Invasion of Theros there. That means we also had to wait to have a lot of mana on the board to do everything we wanted to do. So, no, we got lucky. Let's go one more game, guys. I'm having a good time with this one, even though they're tough uphill battles. Good puzzles to think through, at least. Guys, while I have you here towards the end of the video, make sure you check out that description where we got that Discord link as well as that Patreon link too if you're interested in supporting the channel that way. And then also, guys, if you like the video, make sure you actually drop it a like. And if you enjoy the channel, then consider subscribing as well. It really does help out the channel. So thank you. All right, we go first. This is what I'm talking about. Keep this. You guys ready for the best game of the evening? Go turn 1 Scavenger. I wouldn't mind untapped mana off the top, but this is also fine. Or Shardmage's Rescue could be good against Dimir too. All right, untapped mana. So we go for that for the turn. Get the Gingerbrute down. All our eggs into one basket? Huh? No, probably not. Well, yeah, we'll go Ethereal Armor, though, onto Gingerbrute. Because, again, go for the throat is still a problem. It's a good enough turn, too. I just hope it's not too risky against Dimir colors. Oh, Sultai colors. Founding the third path. Well, one of our things are dead. Or tempoed out, right? For sure. Bitter Triumph. Get that Gingerbrute out of here. Too bad it wasn't a go for the throat, right? If we saw the Shardmage's Rescue, then I think we would have kept that open instead. All right, Enduring Innocence. All right, we could be in danger depending on how much removal they actually have in hand. Do we just keep risking it? Yes. Yes, we do. Let's go. All right, bring them down to 7. Holy cow, what the heck did we do? How are they at 7 already? No, get out of here, founding the third path. That definitely means our Scavenger's out of the equation. Oh, they took 3 from the Bitter Triumph. That's why. They do go for the discard this time. Let's see if Enduring Innocence can do something for us. Gingerbrute. No, we should try to restock our hand because we're definitely in danger, guys. Showing the importance of the Shardmage's Rescue too. Of course, any protection spells when there is this much removal in standard, there has to be this much removal because those mono red lists are absolute menaces right now, guys. They really are, as we showcase in every video. But then that also means when we play our creature list, you also just need like this pretty good balance of things. Dude, Enduring Innocence sticks around. We're going to start with the card draw on Gingerbrute. Ossification. We could take the Prankster, swing for 3. Like, that's probably fine enough, right? Swing for 3. Up to 22, we have another Ossification in hand. Founding the third path is they're about to pop an Innocence, probably. They probably don't hit the Gingerbrute. I'd be surprised by that, because if we just keep stocking our hand, that might just be too much for them to handle. So Bitter Triumph, here it comes, and then it's Innocence. It's Gingerbrute. Innocence sticks around. We have a chance of restocking our hand, guys. Hopefully we draw a creature. Gingerbrute was just highlighted for the top ability, the 1 mana ability. Okay, say its name. How many do they have in the grave now? 1? 1? Oh, Atraxa's in the grave too. Ethereal Armor. Holy cow, is that it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Look at that. It's a 6/5. GG opponent. GG. Holy cow, I couldn't click the attack button fast enough to actually get the swing through. I'm sorry, opponent. I was like, I was looking. So this is an enchantment creature. That's 1, 2, 3, and then 4 on the Ossification, and it was already a 2/1. Beautiful top deck, guys. That's what I'm talking about. We risked a lot in that early game, just like dumping those creatures down. But if we didn't just dump them down, then they still would have had the removal in hand for later on anyways. And it's not like we ended up seeing the rescue. This was freaking sick, dude. I had a blast with this one. Like I said, tough uphill battles, but overall just like pretty interesting puzzles to think through. Sheltered by Ghosts, if we could have more of these, I think we would gladly. This would probably always be the MVP against those mono red lists, except for the ones that win before you can play the Sheltered by Ghost. I'd say that's relatively rare. I don't think I've seen anyone pull off the turn 2 victory yet against me. Don't quote me on that. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've seen anyone drop Leyline and actually win on turn 2. I'm not sure right now. If you guys remember that happening in a video, let me know in the comments for sure. But anyways, usually it'll go on to like turn 3 or 4, and usually you're just like really sweating by the time it's your 4th turn. So I think Sheltered by Ghosts is just one of those things where, yeah, it's going to be the MVP against those lists for sure. It's too bad. Like for a very good reason. It's just too bad we can't have more abilities like this. If you just like, look at lifelink, maybe? Is there any like other enchantments or auras that give lifelink? No, apparently not. We're in standard. I'll go to not collected just in case. We're looking at enchantments. We have Sheltered by Ghosts. We have Enduring Innocence. Skrell's Hive. Of course, the Invasion of Theros too. Anyways, I was thinking the lifelink is one of the main reasons that this is going to be such an MVP against mono red, because you got to start like bringing your life total back above 2. But of course, also Sheltered by Ghosts removes their important creatures, and it's an exile ability, so they don't get the death trigger. There's just like, there's so much going into that card. I think the one of Invasion of Theros was totally worth it. I do think that the deck list that was rocking Shieldred, if that was a different deck list and we flipped this, I think that the Indestructible would be enough to keep this around usually. I also think that the deck list might not be too afraid of Sunfall. I think we're pushing enough damage through before the opponent's turn 5. So that's pretty cool at least, right? And one of the main reasons we're able to push so much through, of course, is going to be the Ethereal Armor. 23 total mana. We flooded in some games. Other games, I don't think there were any games where we were just like, oh no, we're stuck on 2. We need our 3rd, right? I think there might have been some games where we're like, well, I wouldn't mind more mana off the top. I think 23 felt right, but I could easily see dropping a Valgavoth's Lair down to 2. You guys could see how actually having this as an enchantment land worked out quite nicely. It definitely worked. What am I going for here? I'd say that the enters tapped didn't hold us back at all. Meanwhile, just having this be an enchantment land helped us in every circumstance, right? I think so. I'd keep the 3 of. I don't think I'd go up to 4. Not in this particular build. There have been some where I'm running 4, especially the ones where we actually have to have it as mana fixing too. I really do like this land in these enchantment builds. I'd keep it at 3, and I think I'd keep the land at 23 as well. Overall, guys, it's a relatively expensive list, right? With Dollmaker's shop being mythics. No, wait a minute. Scavenger's only uncommon. Gingerbrute's common. Rescue's uncommon. Rescue is like so important. Do we even want more protection? In the honorable mentions, guys, I had Skrelv. A Skrelv or two could be awesome, and it could be an extra way to like push a scavenger through if you didn't see your Gingerbrute or something, right? So that's kind of important. If you want to lean it more budget friendly, also Enduring Innocence is rare, Invasion is rare. Ghostly Dancers we didn't see today, but we saw enough mana to where the Ghostly Dancers could have been interesting, but also probably not necessary. I brought this up when we were going over the list, but when you have an aggro deck list, a lot of times it's just like super early things, and then the top end of your curve is just a 3-drop, and sometimes for certain aggro decks that just doesn't like work as well as you would hope. And then you go up against a mid-range deck or a control deck, the game goes on much longer than you would hope, and all you're seeing is 1s and 2s, when realistically you have 8 mana on the board because you flooded a little bit, and you'd much rather just see a Ghostly Dancers or something huge on top. That being said, not 100% necessary either. Could probably even drop it down to 1 and be relatively satisfied. If we drop it down to 1, I could see going up that Skrelv. I kind of want 2 Skrelv in here, though. Maybe Dollmaker shop down to 3? Maybe. First of all, I think that the deck list performed well enough to say it's fine to not change anything here at the end. We're just going to go over some stuff that I would consider, right? Yeah, I would consider dropping Dollmaker shop down to 2 or 3, or 3 or 2. Going up a Skrelv. I think Skrelv would be actually freaking terrific in here. No, not the Hive. Where am I? Looking for creatures here. There we go. I think Skrelv would be awesome. As a 1 or 2 of. And I'm thinking like a 2 of. But I'm not going to personally add it because more testing is definitely required. But yeah, I got to bring it up because I think it would be really good in here. Made the honorable mentions for a very good reason. And in a lot of those matches, yeah, I do think it would have been decent. And like I said, what to drop, maybe the Ghostly Dancers or a couple Dollmaker shop too. Or both, and then we could find even more early protection. When you're looking at protection, you definitely want it to just cost 1 mana, because 2 mana is a little bit steep for a deck list like this. And then what are we looking for? I guess Hexproof and or Indestructible. Well, first of all, the Skrelv. Surge of Salvation is one that we don't get to see too often. This is you and permanents you control gain hexproof until end of turn. Prevent all damage that black and or red sources would deal to creatures you control. So if you also gain hexproof, if they like target us with a Callous Sellsword throw, Surge of Salvation could be good. So it really depends what you're seeing there, right? Outside of that, if you just want 1 or 2 more pieces of protection, Lawrence Escape's probably decent. Hexproof, Indestructible, a Scry 1. None of this actually saves you, by the way, from a turn 3 temporary lockdown. I think turn 3 temporary lockdown would be absolutely brutal, but we do have ways to get rid of non-land permanents in here with the Sheltered by Ghosts. Once again, if we could play more of these, we would. Okay, guys. Wow, lots to say about this, huh? Oh, Enduring Innocence really coming in handy with extra card draw today, too. I like the 4 of. I've loved Enduring Innocence, and every single build that I've put it into so far seems very powerful. And a lot of those, though, too, we were struggling to actually, like, in the aggro matchups, we were struggling to actually get these, I dare I say, top-end creatures onto the board against like mono red and stuff. So maybe 4 isn't what we want, but I like the 4. But it is something to consider. No. We probably still want 4 because it's not like every match you're going to be playing against mono red. And a lot of the games, you're just going to need to continuously stock your hand. And once you get a couple Enduring Innocence on the board too, and your hand just starts piling up, that's when the Ethereal Armor or 2s like really get out of hand as you just continuously drop in like 2 to 3 enchantments a turn or something crazy. So, all right, guys. Hey, enough rambling. I'll finish up the rearranging here as Grand Entryway actually is a 2-drop, and then later on a 3-drop. Which we actually unlocked that room quite a bit today, right? The Elegant Side here. We unlocked it like 2 or 3 times today, didn't we? That's kind of silly. But hey, extra counters onto multiple creatures goes a long way, so. All right, anyways, guys, enough rambling. Let me know what you thought. down in the comments, what would you add or take out? Do you agree? Does Skrelv need to be in this list? All right. Hey, I will see you in the next video.